words that I hear a lot these days is age, perhaps because of where my age is. And it's a comment that I'm like, I'm not buying into this. You know, it's like, you look great for your age. I'm like, you know what? That's an insult. If anything that says 4X, that's an insult. Or I'm not buying into this because I feel like I'm just like a lot of those things that age with time and aging just get better and better and better and better and better. And I'm not willing to correlate my value and my beauty with time that I can't control. I can't control the number of days and years that I'm on this earth. I can control how I feel. So one of the things that I'm not willing to adopt is a relationship that as time evolves, my self-image, my body image, it's really self-image decreases. Or at a certain point, then it's optimal, and then at a certain point it drops off. Heck no. Heck no. It's not something I can control. I can control how I feel about myself. I control how I act. I can control what I do. I control a lot of different things, but I can't control time. I can't control aging. I can't control what's happening in all of those. So these are conditional aspects that I will not allow to encumber the way that I feel about myself. Yes, no, yes or no. Everybody talk to me. Melissa, want to feel confident no matter my weight or size. Unconditional love for myself. Fantastic, Melissa. Valerie, I want to be able to accept my physical body unconditionally. Unconditionally. But I don't really see that happening. Valerie, I'm going to reread it in a second. Mainly because the constant changes we go through. So, Valerie, I'm going to rewrite that, okay? I want to be able to accept myself unconditionally. And I recognize that I continue to get the opportunity to grow into this because life is change. And with this evolution, I continue to change. So I want to be a fine Valerie, that as age, I start to become more wise and understanding and become more evolved into the beauty of who I am. So Valerie, in your description, there was a lack of control because of change and the uncertainty of change. Why can't we embrace it? Who wants to embrace change? Who wants to embrace time? Who wants to embrace wisdom? Who wants to embrace life? Who wants to embrace what is the natural unfolding and evolution of life? I see the heart saying yes, and Kendra says yes, and Valerie says yes, much better. Haha, but the honest changes scares me. Valerie, fantastic. This is the medium for us to talk about it. And then we reframe it. This is exactly where you're meant to say, I'm scared of change. And then we all say, oh, we all are. And then we say, well, how do we reframe it? How do we reframe it? So everybody, how do we reframe time and change? How do you want to, not with efforting, not with affirmations that you don't believe, but with truth? How do we reframe time? That's my question. That's my question. Okay. See, want to feel accepting and nurturing towards my body instead of how I spent a lifetime criticizing, attacking with bad, unhealthy habits and thoughts. Okay, I'm going to just say accepting and nurturing towards my body. Victoria, I want to be happy with my body just because it feels healthy and good, not for how it looks. Fantastic. Kendra, I've never been superficial, but I appreciate myself more when I'm fit. I love understanding unconditional confidence no matter what size I am. Okay, so how about this? This is what I'm hearing. We all want to feel fantastic. And today is about body image, so we're going to keep talking about body. But we keep saying in our body, but we want to just feel fantastic. And how do we feel fantastic? We feel fantastic by honoring not just the physical body, but the emotional body, the mental body, the egoic body, and using all four of them to dance and get into alignment. So how about an awareness that collectively we want to feel good? Just to feel good. I want to feel good just to feel good. I want to feel good just to feel good. And that means loving my physical body. That means embracing my emotional body. That means adoring my mental body. And that means aligning with my egoic body. All 4 bodies have a role in helping me feel aligned and good. How does that feel? How does that feel? And now I want to talk about time and change, because all of us, no matter where we are, and actually I think I missed Ray's comment here that says, I look good for my age, and I'm winking and laughing with you over there, Ray. All of us, no matter our age, no matter our sex, no matter our sexual orientation, no matter what, all of us have changes that occur in that they're occurring that change our physical body. Some of it by choice, when you get married, and then when you go to college, puberty, having a baby, menopause, premenopause, going through any health something that ends up changing the way that your activity level. What else changes occur naturally and unnaturally in life that ultimately changes our body? What is it that we can control? What is it that we don't control? See, and especially now, because I have a new diagnosis that will require me to have surgery and treatment on the body of parts that make me feel most feminine. See, fantastic. Today we're going to make that unconditional and allowing and empowered. And you said I need to learn to radically accept and love my new changing body on my healing journey. And I like the word healing, and I don't like the word healing. For those of you that follow me a lot know that that word healing is a word that means something that isn't whole. So I know that we are healing, and I know in this particular instance there is healing because you're going through surgery, but I don't like to use that word and lens of healing because it means that we're perpetually not whole. And us not seeing ourselves as whole then distorts our wholeness. I was looking for the word, but I decided wholeness was the word to use. So does everybody hear what I'm saying about the word healing? If the word healing is the best that we've got, fantastic. If it isn't, and we can go before even further and see ourselves as whole, I prefer not to use the word healing. So what we're always going to do is calibrate to better. What we can get to better, to better, to better, to better. Okay? Kendra, this is how we make our decisions towards the goal of good. I've been so hard on myself. No more. Totally not. Self-care and love for myself. Fantastic. So that, Kendra, are affirmations towards worthiness, that I am unconditionally worthy. Everybody that knows me and follows, what's the premise? The number one premise is we are unconditionally worthy. And here, as human beings that we all are, unless there's some dogs and cats that are on this live today, all of us as human beings, it's our journey. It's our life journey to calibrate to our unconditional worthiness, freedom, and happiness. That's what we're here for as humans on our human journey, the unconditional 3. And our body has to do with all of them: worthiness, freedom, and self-love. So yes, Kendra, yes, we are going to start to recognize this is our amazing journey. We get to love ourselves and journey towards happiness and strength and power and empowerment and care and love and freedom and acceptance and allowing. And we'll do it together. Jesse, where do we start? It's very challenging to break the deep programming that corporations have thrown at us through advertisements and body imaging. Jesse, fabulous. Okay, so Jesse, that's a fantastic question. So how do we start? We start, So Jesse, everything I'm going to say, you're going to know, but it doesn't matter because you asked the question, so I get to answer it. We start with awareness. Everything that we're talking about today we're bringing it front and center to awareness. Oh, I've been conditioned to, if my body is strong and athletic and dancing, then I'm worthy. And then if I gain weight on my hips, I'm unworthy. Oh, interesting. Conditioning. Where did it come from? Jesse, you started to say it came from conditioning. It came from society. It came from corporations. It came from our mom and dad. It came from our siblings. It came from being teased. It came from being bullied. It came from TV. It came from social media. It came from our friends. It came from us looking in the mirror. It came from us looking at animals. It came from life. So do we want to fight where it came from or honor that, it came from life? This is just natural. And one of my favorite things is to say, it's natural. It's normal. It's part of the human design and the human evolution. It's part of the beauty of being a human, to decouple from the external programming and to align with the internal. So Jesse, where do we start? We start now. But no, we didn't start now. Jesse, you're so spiritual. You've been on this journey for a long time. Right now, today, we have all collectively decided to meet and talk about body image. Talk about something that's difficult to talk about. Talk about the weight on my thighs and I always talk about my thighs. So clearly for me, there's something. Don't you guys notice I always talk about my thighs? We talk about the thighs and talk about the weight in the abdomen and talk about the messages that we get that say we're not good enough. And then we affirm, hey, no, those are lies. This is what truth is. This is what truth is. Okay, Ray is saying all these jokes. Apparently, if we drink beer, we'll be youthful, energetic, and sociable. Yes, until we're not. Kendra is laughing. Ray says, my TV says so it must be true. Exactly. Beautiful. So we start to recognize untruths that we may have picked up at times. Okay, let me see. Jesse, did I answer your question? Martin says we're evolving. We are evolving beings. I love it. C, have not heard that thought before. Can you explain one more time if possible? C, about not using the word healing. Okay, so healing, in one of the live streams, we looked up what healing is. And if somebody wants to put it in the window, go ahead. Healing means trying to become whole, or there was an essence about healing, of moving towards wholeness, or somebody put in what the definition of healing is. And there's a whole bunch. Usually I pick and look at the one that really hit the process of, thank you, Valerie, the process of making or becoming sound or healthy again. Fantastic. So, but the other definition was being whole or sound. What if we're unconditionally, I don't like the word healthy, but that we're unconditionally whole, we're unconditionally healthy. Our bodies are a miracle. The term of healing, if we overuse it, okay, there's a certain circumstance where see that you are in surgery and there is physical healing coming from your surgery. But I'm mostly referring it to when we're talking about as a spiritual being, that we're on this perpetual journey of healing, because when are we ever whole? Does that make sense or does that not make sense? And did I get to what you're looking for? So ultimately, the essence is I want to say that we are whole now. And we don't need to wait to get to wholeness, regardless of our beliefs or misbeliefs. That's my essence with healing. In the case that you used it in a place that you're going for surgery and you're going to have to heal. So it was used in a way that is true of your physical journey, but I like to always mention the word healing because I think it's used or overused for us not to be whole. Is that good? Does that resonate? And is that fair? That's fair. Kendra, I just danced for an hour and I'm having spiked sparkling water instead. Fantastic. Kendra, and Nintendo Switch just danced. So fun. Fantastic. Jesse, I guess it's so, is this Jesse? Jesse, I guess it's so challenging to dig deep to those subconscious programs that we're not even aware of that show up. Okay, so Jesse, that's a good one. And I know, Gary, that you have a comment up there that I want to read as well. But Jesse, okay, so there's a few things that I've been working to reprogram in myself lately. And my body image is one that and my relationship with food and a lot of things that have to do with body image is things that I have worked to reprogram. So this is the process for reprogramming, okay?